Just people, every other comment we'd get was, "Oh my God, I love that song." And
that was how we made the video for it.
We made the video. We did a little poll on our MySpace asking, what song do you guys want us to see us make a video for? And it was like 98% Hey There Delilah.
Yeah.
And so we did the video, actually the video that is still showing now. We've only made one video for that song, and it was 3 years ago. And so we made that video very cheaply on the independent label. And
the reasoning behind the EP, I guess, is it was just gaining momentum, and we were also right at the tail end of being on Fearless Records, and we knew that the next full length we'd probably be moving up to a different label, so to bridge the gap.
Yeah, we owed Fearless an EP.
Yeah.
So to kind of fulfill our agreement with them, and to kind of move up to our next label.
With record sales and airplay picking up, it was only a matter of time before the Plain White T's found themselves on the receiving end of a great deal of major record label interest. They soon found themselves signed to Hollywood Records.
The majors started coming around to us once we were on an independent label selling records. Like, we actually started selling records with the success of Delilah and everything like that. So, you know, once you're moving units and no one's heard of you, every major wants to be like, wait a minute, who's this band? Why don't I know of them? Why haven't I heard of them? Kind of a thing. And that's how we got in touch with Hollywood Records. They came to the table, they came out to a couple shows, and they were actually the first label to actually make us an offer. You know, every label talked to us, was really interested, but Hollywood was the one that actually put the contract down, and we actually liked them the best.
I was going to say the one interesting thing that we didn't say was that Fearless actually went to Hollywood for us, because I think in the beginning they like kind of knew that they had maybe been at the end of the rope with us, and so Hollywood was like the first label that they even went to and was like pitching us to them, you know.
Right.
The funny thing about the whole process, I guess, is for a couple of years, you know, major labels would, you know, there'd be little sparks of interest, and you'd maybe showcase for them. And like you were saying, it's like, oh, you know, good job, guys, we really like you, but then they pass or whatever. And I mean, pretty much every label had a shot at us before Hollywood, let's say. And when Fearless kind of ran into Hollywood and said, hey, I've got this band, and I think that they're on the end of their contract, and Hollywood seemed interested, we met with them, and like you were saying, it was really immediate response, like all nice people, all cool, had the right idea of how to work things, and they had all come from all these labels that had passed on us, because they weren't happy either. You know, so they had been at your, you know, Capitals and Warners and whoever else, and they were all working at Hollywood having a great time together, so it felt like a good family.
You know, when we were on the independent label, when we made All That We Needed, it was funny because their projections for the album were like, you know, if we can hit 20,000 on this record, it would be a home run.
At the time.
And we're thinking, what? Like, how about like 100,000? You know what I mean? Like, all of our friends' bands are kind of shooting past us and selling hundreds of thousands of records, and you know, that's our label's projection.
You call 20,000 a home run, like.
So we've always kind of had high hopes for the band every record, and you know, with this record, we went in and, you know, it's like, okay, we're on a major label, like we know they can sell millions of records. Hopefully, this one, you know, if we could sell 500,000 to 1 million, that would be
phenomenal,
amazing. And we're on our way. Maybe it seems like things are going well.
Halfway,
Halfway to a million.
Interestingly, Hey There Delilah wasn't included on the band's 2006 major label debut, Every Second Counts. Until that is, the label came to a gig and saw the reaction the song was getting. The track was quickly added to the album as a bonus, and the rest, as they say, is history.
It was kind of a anticlimactic way to hear about the number one, that Hey There Delilah was #1. The song was, it got into the charts as like number 16, and then it went up to number 6 the following week, and then from there, each week it went 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we get a text message like the day before the Billboard, you know, the charts are released, from our A&R guy saying #1. And we're like, what? Are you serious? We texted him back, how do you know? You know, really? And then, sure enough, the next day it came out and there it was. So it's kind of like, you know, ruined the surprise. But in a way it was I don't know. It wasn't really a surprise because it was climbing, so it was just like, oh, cool, now it's one.
But the
Awesome.
funny thing is, even if it shot from like number 40 to number 1 or something, like there's no really way to grasp it. I don't think. Like we kind of grasp it a little bit now, but
Kinda.
yeah, it's the kind. Yeah, we're working really hard. So I think after we maybe settle down in a few years, you know, and have a little time off in between
When will
tours.
that be?
I don't know, but maybe you'll be able to look back and say like,
Wow,
my
we had
God, that
number
thing was
one,
number
you know?
1.
You were everything I wanted. You were everything a girl could be. But then you left me broken hearted. Now you don't mean a thing to me. All I wanted was your love, 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 love. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. Now that it's over, I don't even know what I liked about you. Brought you around, and you just brought me down. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. I really don't like you. Thought that everything was perfect. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Thought you thought that I was worth it, but now I think a little differently. All I wanted was your love, 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 love. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. I really don't like you. Now that it's over, I don't even know what I liked about you. Brought you around, and you just brought me down. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. Now that it's over, you can't hurt.
Since Hey There Delilah hit number 1, the Plain White T's have found themselves at the centre of major success, with all its attendant demands and pressures. It's a situation, however, that their slow ride to the top has left them well able to handle.
You know, it took 10 years for the band to get this success, but I think it was worth it, you know, and definitely better for us. You know, we've become the band that we are over 10 years, and if this would have happened 5 years ago, we probably wouldn't know what to do with ourselves or you know, how to react or how to take this all. But we've made a few records, we've toured so much that we know what we're doing now, and we know, you know, the next record we make, we're not going to be guessing, oh, how did we get, you know, success, or what did we do, or anything like that, you know. We kind of know, we have our identity, we know what we're about. So we're just going to go and making another record just the way we always do. I mean, it's a little overwhelming, you know, the press and everything that we're getting, but it's kind of something we always wanted. So, you know, now that it's finally happening, it's a lot of hard work, but we're having fun with it. And now being you know, seen by such big of an audience, now we know that if our next record, if we make it good enough, we're gonna keep that audience. And you know, now people are actually listening.
Right.
Before we had to kill people to listen to our music, and now people are actually.
You killed people?
Who did you kill?
Well, I didn't kill people, but you know, beat them over the head with it to get them to listen to it. And
To the point of killing them, or?
no, not quite. No one was killed in the history.
In the making of the band.
Yeah, but now people actually care, so that motivates us to, you know, just give
Keep it
them.
going.
Yeah, exactly. Give them even better music.
The Plain White T's are now where they always wanted to be, with sold-out shows the world over, a chart-topping album, and adoring fans awaiting their every move. So where to now?
To make your band like a household name has kind of been like a big thing, to have like just about everyone you know or your parents know come up and say, wait, your son's in the Plain White T's? No way, that's a trip.
That
'Cause,
is pretty bizarre. Yeah.
you know, that's when you kind of know you've really made it, is when everyone has at least heard of the band name. Because before it was always like, oh, your son's in a band? What's he doing? Like, what's
Plain
the band
White
name? Plain White
T's.
T's?
Oh.
Never heard of them, you know? Like,
I don't know how many of you guys have a lot of family get-togethers or anything, but like around the holidays or something, like I have a lot of little cousins. and they all are like freaking out now. You know, like kids at their high school or something don't believe that they're related to someone in family
Right.
T. It's like I don't know. To me, it's like, oh, like that's a big deal, but I guess it is to them, you know, and that's kind of overwhelming.